Hello friends. The Ocean of Knowledge channel presents the topic, Spiritual Enlightenment and Personality Transformation. More information about the content creator can be found in the first video at the following link. Robert's majestic personality was a sensational topic in America because many scientific experiments on his body showed unusual results. They were simply mind-boggling. Furthermore, his mind has supernormal power beyond the imagination of a science fiction writer. When asked to define himself, Robert replied that he was neither a man nor a woman, neither rich nor poor, neither tall nor short, neither a manager nor a common person but formless awareness. Inside the universe, he was a witness consciousness, and beyond the universe, he was a pure being. He didn't have a body nor a mind in reality, but only when he was absent-minded. Robert could live without any food for days together. Generally, his breathing rate was barely twice per minute. Sometimes in deep meditation, he could take one breath in every 6 hours. Scientists did experiment to determine his cellular age. As you age, the cells become less healthy and lose their ability to function properly. The cells are less able to divide and multiply. Aging is deeply connected to our genetic makeup. Recent lab studies have shown that aging is a reversible process. This development has prompted scientists to seek ways to stop the functional decline of cells and tissues, as well as restore their regenerative capacity. Thus a person can age slowly and live longer. The creatures that live longer, cellular doubling happens more number of times. There was proof of reverse aging in case of Robert. His cellular level was determined to be just 22, although his chronological age was 50. Meditation practice has allowed more cosmic energy to enter his body. They were responsible for the retardation of the aging process. His cells were vibrant like that of a 22-year-old youth. Meditation could create wonder to his body cells. He was destined to live much longer as a result of deep meditation. Robert's intelligence quotient, IQ, was found to be nearly 800. IQ is defined as the mental age divided by the chronological age and multiplied by 100. The highest IQ seen in human history has been around 250. An IQ of 140 and above belongs to the category of genius. The great scientists, writers, mathematicians, and philosophers had IQ in the range of 160 to 190. Being in touch with a superpower, Robert could solve many problems very quickly. He defeated the best computer several times in a row in the game of chess. In fact, he never lost the game. It startled the computer scientists to realize that the human mind can have such great power. Robert became the subject of new scientific research. He was the best proof that the human mind can surpass even the best computer in logical analysis and thinking process. He became an American sensation. Furthermore, Robert's immune response was just fantastic. The capacity of his immune system had gone up tenfold. Scientists injected harmful bacteria and viruses under controlled experimental conditions to study the response of his immune system. His immune system created antibodies very fast to neutralize the effect of very harmful viruses, bacteria. This result means that he will never catch any disease due to infection. He will lead a healthy, disease-free life in future. Robert was always relaxed and peaceful. His resting heartbeat showed a reading of about 10 per minute. Along with the breathing rate, his heartbeat per minute had also slowed down drastically. In deep meditation time, his heartbeat was only 1 or 2 per minute. The scientific community in the whole world was astonished by these results. Robert had bypassed the use of logical analysis to arrive at the most efficient conclusions from a set of data. His sixth sense, intuition, was highly developed in him. It was a higher-level cognitive faculty in a human but mostly underdeveloped. Expansion of intuition happens as a result of systematic meditation. What the mind can't understand, the expanded intuition can easily comprehend. An Asian country was facing financial crisis as a result of certain wrong economic policies of the government. There was widespread poverty and unemployment. The country was deep in debt. Half of its GDP was used in paying the loan. There was mass unrest in the entire country. Robert promised to help the country. He studied the whole data of the country's finances for the last 5 years. He could pinpoint the wrong decisions taken by the government. He suggested new economic policies. The country's GDP increased after 6 months, and there was a turnaround of its finances after 1 year. No economist had ever believed that the country would return to normal so quickly. This is the result of decision-making ability based on enhanced intuition. The following incident highlighted the grand power of Robert's mind. He found out from a lawyer in New York City that a poor American was in jail under false charges. He was likely to be convicted as the lawyer had lost all hopes. Robert promised to help him. He suggested telepathically a judgment to the chief judge. He dictated the judgment with 2 English mistakes, one involving a comma and the other semicolon. He predicted that the final judgment will be exactly as he had dictated, including the 2 errors. The chief judge acquitted the person in the judgment. The letter of judgment contained exactly those 2 errors. The mind of a yogi can act like a broadcasting station and can influence the minds of others. Robert had used this power of his mind in many occasions for beneficial purpose. There was an unsolved theorem in Ramanujan's notebook. Ramanujan was a great Indian mathematician who could conjecture many theorems in number theory by higher-order intuitive process. Later, several first-rate mathematicians used hundreds of pages of logical calculation spanning many years to prove the theorems. Ramanujan stated that he was inspired by goddesses in dream to arrive at the theorems. He never allowed his ego to take the upper hand, but actually he was using higher-order intuitive process. It was a gift of God to him. One theorem conjectured by Ramanujan was very tricky. It remained unsolved for nearly 100 years, even though it was tackled by many eminent mathematicians. Robert took only 2 days to prove that the theorem was right. Many great mathematicians had given up the challenge and came to the conclusion that Ramanujan might have been wrong in that number theory theorem. It was an epoch-making discovery in the history of mathematics. Fortunately, this armchair mathematical theorem in number theory found application in computer security. Robert's mental power defied all descriptions. Meditation had such an astounding power. He got millions of dollars of investment from computer companies to solve problems of computer security, quantum computing, etc. Robert experimented his power of healing by transmitting spiritual energy to a cancer patient. A billionaire woman in her 40s was suffering from terminal pancreatic cancer. Her case was hopeless. The best doctors in America had given her a time of only 1 month to live. She had already spent millions of dollars to find a cure that the best medicines could offer. She even tried all possible alternative medicines such as Ayurveda and homeopathy. Finally, she surrendered to her fate and was waiting to die in her house. Robert went to her house. He meditated and sought the permission of his guru, the Himalayan monk, to intervene in the fate of that cancer patient. Telepathic communication is common among advanced spiritual masters. Some persons are not destined to be healed according to their karma. They are destined to suffer. Law of karma is the basic law of life that governs all living beings. His guru permitted him to cure the cancer patient. Robert went into deep meditation. He transmitted spiritual energy to the pancreatic cells of the cancer patient. He remained in meditation for full 24 hours and transmitted healing energy to the patient. She was then put on a strict fruit juice diet. She recovered fully after a week. It was considered a miracle by the medical practitioners. The power of yoga and meditation was beyond any human comprehension. We know from historical record that the Buddha, the Christ, and many enlightened masters had performed spiritual healing successfully to many incurable patients. Science is yet to decipher the secrets of spiritual healing. Spiritual healing essentially works on the subtle body of a person that interpenetrates the gross body. An Indian yogi had trained many people in transcendental meditation in America. It was shown that the crime rate of some cities came down drastically as a result of group meditation. The higher levels of consciousness attained by the meditators had influenced the planetary consciousness positively. The elevated planetary consciousness of a city helped other people positively. The effect was a reduction of crime rate and increase of holistic living. The world would enter into a new phase of peace devoid of human conflicts if large number of people practiced meditation. A murder mystery was unsolved for 10 years in Los Angeles. A widower billionaire was shot dead as he was returning from office. The accused had done a near-perfect murder. The Federal Bureau of Investigation had closed the case. There was no clue to nail the culprit. His son tried all possibilities to catch the culprit by hiring the best detectives, but all in vain. He spent millions of dollars to solve the case. Robert had become a household name in America. The FBI sought his help. Actually, the billionaire's son had persuaded the FBI in this regard. Robert went into deep meditation and focused on the inner eye located between the eyebrows. This is also called the spiritual eye. For most people, it is closed. When fully opened due to meditation practice, one can perceive many things which the senses can't see and the mind can't understand. When this spiritual eye is fully opened, a person becomes superhuman. There are many yogis in the Himalayas with fully opened spiritual eyes. They help humanity from a distance. Robert could see the chain of events leading to the murder of the billionaire. The then-girlfriend of the billionaire's son was the mastermind behind the murder. She hired 2 poor immigrants from a Latin American country to execute the murder. She spent several millions of dollars for the purpose. The billionaire opposed her friendship with his son. She also wanted to become rich quickly. She was a police suspect, but there was no clue to nail her involvement. She had made a video of the murder through the accused. She had hidden the video at a pit in her house. She had watched alone a few times. Then she put back into the pit. Robert could see everything. It was a foolproof case. The FBI arrested the culprits. At that time, the woman was the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. The FBI didn't reveal the name of Robert to the public for helping to catch the culprits due to security reasons. It was front-page news in all over the world. Yoga has the power to solve murder cases. Many criminals feared to murder after the incident. The murder rate drastically reduced in many cities all over the world. The spiritual transformations of the personality of Robert was just mind-boggling. His case created a sensation in the international community. Governments in many countries and private companies donated billions of dollars to train human beings in deep meditation for yogic research. Meditators will represent a new species in the future. It will lead to a glorious era of human civilization. They will help raise the world consciousness. As a result, a new type of humanity will be created. Robert was in a mission to transform the face of civilization for the better. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and share with others.